I love the fast ones because I love the fact you've got all this power. You know, you don't have to use it, but it's there for when you're ready, you know, like.
There is something very special about seeing this young lady come through turn 12 at Phillip Island with both tyres sliding sideways,
That's on
coming
that thing,
onto that
yeah.
main straight with it nailed flat out, and you'd be doing a full 300 clicks
Oh,
coming
almost.
down the road. Hello and welcome to Twist Grip Tales, and have we got a tale for you today. Some people ride motorbikes, some people collect motorbikes, some people ride them very fast. Today, I want to introduce you to one of the fastest people on the track in Australia. Welcome to Twist Grip Tales, Tracy Track Davies.
Hello, Bruce.
Welcome. You will probably be familiar with Tracy's track record, which includes ThunderBike Victorian Champion.
Yep.
You've competed in the Australian SuperBike Series and the Victorian SuperBike Series.
Yep.
You've podiumed numerous times and won many records and trophies.
Nice.
ThunderBike Champion, you gotta love this sort of trophy. Check out the smile. And of course, 2018 ThunderBikes are us. ThunderBikes are go, 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 go. Tracy, what a fast gal you are. So what sort of machine do you ride? Is it like a postie bike or anything like that?
No, it's definitely not a postie bike. A little bit faster than a postie bike, but you can have just as much fun on a postie bike.
You can.
To a point.
That's right.
But the main animal, because I will call it that because it is fast, is the 1199S Panigale Ducati, which is behind us.
It's undressed.
It's undressed and it looks awesome. It looks tough without its fairing. As you can see just how much magic goes into them. It is a work of art, absolute work of art. It's currently off getting the fairings and tank painted by Richard, so can't wait to see it when he's finished.
So this Panigale was up until the V4 was produced by Ducati, is the fastest machine that Ducati have made. This is 1200 cc's.
Yeah, the 1199, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's a V-twin, quad cam. It doesn't have carburetors. It's got fuel injection down through things that look like buckets. They're big. And what sort of horsepower does it produce at the back wheel?
The last time we got it checked, it was 198 on the rear. So pretty quick. I forget how fast it is.
198 horsepower on the track.
Yeah.
I am in awe of you. If only I could ride anywhere near as fast as this person here, I tell you. And now, keeping a bike on the track, Tracy, is not easy. You need sponsors. Tell us about your sponsors.
So I've been very lucky with the Ducati. A very kind man by the name of Eggman in Melbourne. We knew he had it. And we asked if we could have a play and I'll win the championship. I told him that. And he's like, yes, come get it, pick it up. Like that same week when we asked. And we couldn't believe it, but you know, you always just have to ask. And I got second that year. And then I was like, can I ride it again for the following year? And then I won the championship. And then obviously 2020 it didn't get out. It got out once last year, unfortunately, but with COVID and everything like that.
2020's been a tough year.
For everyone. So fingers crossed, wins for this year.
That's
Hopefully
right.
I'm feeling confident and I'm 20 kilos lighter. So
benefits of COVID.
Yes. COVID was kind last year to me. So I kept focused and did what I had to do to get fit for this year. And
not in the gym, but the gym in the workshop here?
Yes, in the workshop and at home. So it's unreal what you can do when you don't have the resources to do it with. So mindset changed everything. Just resistance bands, few little weights, watch your diet, and then easy, done.
Fantastic. So why do they call him the Eggman?
Because he is Villa Verda free-range eggs.
Funny about that.
So he supplies all like the cafes and all that stuff with the eggs and all free-range chickens, free-range eggs.
So if you want to support Tracy, get onto the Villa eggs, and all the eggs that you buy will trickle through and help support Tracy with her on-track endeavours through this year, 2021. And other sponsors?
Yeah, so I've got our good friend all the way from Canada, Eric. So I've known him for many years because I used to be a volunteer flaggy before I started racing. So without those guys, we have no meeting at all. Like we can't do what we do on track without the volunteers.
The volunteers.
Yeah, so he's been absolutely amazing the last couple of years, helped us out a lot. So he's looking forward to coming back, but with COVID, he's stuck in Canada for now, but very, very grateful for his help.
And that's the reason why you've got the...
And that's the reason why we've got the Canadian sticker.
Maple leaf, yes, on the bikes.
As a thank you to him. I've had so many different helps over the years and just can't thank everyone enough. Like the lovely family down at Anchorvale Holiday Park at Phillip Island. Amy and her family let us stay at their park for free when we're down there, so that's a huge help.
A great caravan park?
Yeah, it's family run.
Great caravan park.
Anchorvale, so thank you, Amy and the family. And the Grinning Dingo, Mr. Holt, thank you.
That's it.
Not bad for an old man. No, you're lovely.
That's right. And helmets?
Yeah, so this one, the graphics is just what you can buy off the shelf. I really liked it, got the dragon focus. I have this little attachment on the back from Hairtail, so for all the girls who have the long ponytails like me, to keep it tucked in with racing, because I'm always getting black flagged for my hair. So that just tucks away, keeps it away safe. So that the girls have helped me out there with that. Also, like my teammate Emma, we're running the Girl Rider suits for the last couple of years. She's been a massive help as well, especially like just mental, focus. I help her, she helps me, and it's great to see her progressing. We had the matching suits for the last few years. Now that I've lost weight, I'm back in my original suit from 10 years ago, so that's a massive positive.
Isn't
to be able to do that.
Fantastic to be able to get back in. I can tell you, I've got pants and shirts that I'm thinking I might get back. I don't think I'm ever going to get back into them. So high five to you, Tracy, for being able to get into something from 10 years ago. That's a real challenge.
And it's amazing that they're still intact. Like they still look good for 10 years old, and it feels great. Just yes, zip fit, and So race tyre supplies. Mark Lamont has been great. Tells us all the information we need with the tyres, helps us out. This is what pressure you need to run. This is what, the tyre's ripping up wrong. He goes, try this, try that, to get the perfect lap. So
it takes a big team to keep just one person on the track and the bike. But your biggest support is the Yossmeister.
The Yossmeister, yes. My partner Yoss, he's been unbelievable. So even when he had a race a few years ago, there was both of us. We're like, he's out, then I'm out, because we're all in different classes, and we just work together. And, happy days. He won his 400 championship that year, just once again being consistent and not falling off or anything, and bringing home the points. And it was a good year that year. So
now, what club are you and Yoss?
So we're with the Sidecar Racing Club Victoria.
But you don't race sidecars.
I've had a drive, and if someone's really desperate for a swinger, I will swing. But I'm not very good. But I will fill in. Yeah, so the footies from Abacus Affordable Plumbing, they took me in years ago. I used to when I first started racing superbikes, I kind of like pitted away and did my own thing, kind of pitted with the sidecar. And then these lovely people, the footies, were like, get over here, like we'll help you out. And they help with my race license every year. So they've been amazing. So if you're ever in the poo and you need some plumbing, Abacus Affordable Plumbing, that's Abacus from Seaford.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's you. But you also are associated with the Hartwell Club as well.
Yes, also with the Hartwell. Used to flag for those guys with Race Marshal Victoria when I was younger and, you know, raced when I wasn't racing, I was flagging. And yeah, so last few years been committed to their seasons as a racer. Yeah, so we flag, like Yoss and myself will flag out at the seniors meeting. Obviously, we're too young for that one when Hartwell have that. So we try and give back as much as we can as well, because without the volunteers, the meetings
racing
can't
without
run.
volunteers, that's right.
And then,
yeah. And Tracy, the Ducati is not the only machine you race. You've got this 1000cc Godzilla of a Fireblade here as well.
Yeah, so this is the 2011, 2010 CBR 1000. So this is what I've been racing in Superbike as well. The good thing with the Panigale is you can run it in two different classes, so ThunderBikes and Superbikes, whereas this one's only limited to the one class. So, you know, so that's
got too many cylinders.
Yeah.
Too many cylinders.
Yeah. So, but once a bike gets 10 years, then it becomes a pre-modern. So then you can, if your bike's eligible, then you can cross-enter into the pre-modern class. So, you know, so I've done some PBs on this one and PBs on that one, and they're two completely different bikes, to everything about them, cornering, how they drive. When I jump from one to the other, you know, you need that warm-up, like, yep, all right, I'm on the Honda, yep, I'm on the Ducati. Yeah, take it as it comes, and it's normally clicks pretty good.
And you've had to spend a lot of time in tuning suspension, as any racer does.
Yeah,
but it's a real journey.
It is, and it's a bit of an art form as well. Like, there's just so much, and people go, oh, try this, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna have to get someone out, like, because it's just so, like, you see people, they're pulling out their forks and their springs, and it's a different art. And, you know, I know a bit, but not like, it is an art form. It is something completely different. And now that I'm 20 kilos lighter, we had an interclub in November and it just wouldn't turn. So I just went up the hill, parked it, and watched the rest of the racing. But we know what the problem is, so we'll get it sorted for the round one of Hartwell. And
you got to put some loose change in your pockets.
Yeah. So, and they're like, oh, just put 17 litres of fuel in it. That'll help, you know. Like, no, so just little things like that. You want to get faster, but you know, and you can get frustrated as well, because it's like, oh, what am I doing wrong as a rider? And in the end, it's not you, the rider. It's actually the bike's not, you know. Like years ago, I was racing with a dinted fork and I had no idea, and I was doing PBs and it just worked for Broadford. It didn't work anywhere else, but I didn't know at the time. And every race meeting, you learn something new. Every year you get stronger and more confident, and you start to understand how it all works.
And you're pulling PBs out now, which is very encouraging.
Yeah, so there's a lap time I'm gonna get, and I'm determined to get it for round one at Hartwell. So the mind, I'm feeling good, confident, the headspace, good people around, and when you feel good, you ride fast. But yeah, confidence, positive vibes. It's going to be good.
And a great team.
And a great team, thanks to like so many people.
Now, Tracy, you didn't start off racing with a Panigale. Tell us, how did you get into the motorcycle game? What got that petrol in your head, the oil in your veins?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, we had lots of paddock bombs, you know, that kind of stuff. And my uncle was a speedway racer, still is, still keeps asking, when are you coming back to speedway? I'm like, no, when are you coming road racing? Anyway, I did some junior racing with my uncle. So the racing bug was in there from...
So is he a solo speedway rider?
No, this was cars.
Oh, cars?
Yeah, stock cars.
Okay.
Yeah, stock cars.
Yeah, it's Redline Speedway, just down the road.
Yeah.
I used to race there myself.
Yeah, so did that with my uncle, and then this particular weekend I just turned 17, and my sister was living with a housemate at the time, and they were looking for flaggies at Phillip Island. And I was just like, do you want to come? I'm like, yeah. I didn't know it was bikes. I just assumed cars. So I went down, and then they put me on turn 12, the fastest corner on the track, and I'm like, oh, I've got to try this. So this is great. So, you know, I'd be so excited for the next time I'm flagging, like get to watch, and I'd watch, and I can do this. I reckon I can do this. You know, it took a little bit, and then eventually got on track, and, you know, knowing that I knew all the flaggies helped because they were all supporting. And
so what bike were you riding?
When I started in 650 Kawasaki. Yeah, so they were kind of a new category. Big, heavy thing, but it was a start. So, we've got Duke. Dookie.
This is the furry Duke,
Yes.
not the red fire-breathing Duke. Yes, you're a good-looking dog, aren't you?
Yes. So, but yeah. So and then eventually got a new road bike, the ZX 600, and that was my everyday bike and my race bike. So Friday, put it in the race trim, go race it. Sunday night, put it back to road trim, go to work on Monday. Still had slicks on it a lot of the time. Yeah, because I only had one set of rims, and it was funny, the servo that I worked at, a lot of the police would come and fill up, and they'll be like, you went racing again. They're like, get rid of those tyres, but they were all really good. And I'm like, oh, I'll fix them up tomorrow, I've only got one set of rims. But I wouldn't ride on the road with slicks now, you'd be freezing cold, 5:30 in the morning going to work on slicks, and you just wouldn't think anything of it, 24 and 23.
Young and foolish is the term, I think.
And you're just like, oh, that'll be right.
Not old and stupid, but young and foolish. We've all been there. Well, some of us have anyway. I don't think I was young once.
But wouldn't do it now. But that, for a long time, that was my race bike, was my only means of transport. And then it was funny because my teammate Emma ended up buying that bike off someone else that I'd sold it to, and it sat dormant in their shed for many years, and then it come up for sale, and then Em bought it. So it was really kind of, did the big circle and come back, and she did a season and a few rides on it, and she didn't know anything about it at the time, and so we're like, bring it here, we fix it up and try to help her out where we could, and then she then fell in love with the MC22s, which suits her to the T, so she's riding better than ever before on the little bike. Some people suit it. I love the fast ones because I love the fact you've got all this power. You don't have to use it, but it's there for when you're ready,
There is something very special about seeing this young lady come through turn 12 at Phillip Island with both tyres sliding sideways, coming onto that main straight with it nailed flat out, and you'd be doing a full 300 clicks.
Oh,
coming
almost
down the main straight of Phillip Island.
I got told one time, you can go 20 k's fast. I'm like, I'll get there. They're like, you can go faster into town. I'll get there. Just, it's, it's a lot. And, it's mentally, physically, you've got to be everything. When everything's right, it's just amazing, But like everything, you have your off days, but you push through it and you find ways that make it work.
Well, it's exhilarating to watch, Tracy. I've got to tell you, it really is exhilarating, and we're cheering you on all the way. So, but that racing isn't the only thing that you're involved in, because you give a lot back. You and Yoss give a lot back to the sport. And one of the things that my daughter still talks about to this day is the time that you helped her out when she came down to Broadford for the Ride Like a Girl.
Yeah, the Girl Only Ride Days. Fingers crossed we get to do them again this year. So accredited coach, and I do enjoy giving back like that, whether it's flagging or coaching. 5 minutes with someone can change the whole day. And I know that from racing, like weekends where I've struggled, where I used to do it all myself, and people go, you shouldn't be out there, all this stuff. And it's like, hang on, but you've never actually given me 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes can change everyone. And that's why, and I'm dyslexic as well, so I learn very differently from other people. So my way, it is different, but it works, because it's from a different point, and it's not just, just get on it. You know what I mean? Like some people, you just do it, and it's there. It doesn't work always. Everyone learns differently, and I know I was self-taught, and now when I learn new stuff, if it doesn't work, or what can I modify to change that so it works for me as a rider that I can understand, and I'm able to have that gift where I can pass it on, especially to other women, because we do learn differently than the guys most of the time, the guys are just, drop a gear, disappear, fully sick,
It doesn't always work, as we see so often, both on the track and on the road. And it's really, and I think if you're riding a bike on the road, can I just give you the encouragement to find a track, join a club and do track days, because there is something which you can learn on the track.
Yeah, definitely.
Which really doesn't give you, the road doesn't give you the opportunity or the safety to learn the sorts of skills that you can learn so well on the track. And as Tracy says, to be able to have someone ride with you and give you feedback to help you get to these, so much that you can, some people are very talented and have got the raw talent to be able to just get to the peak of their profession or their hobby, but they're very few. Most people, like me, really benefit from having someone who's much wiser come in and give you some tips. 1 tip, 2 tips, 3 tips, how to do it better. Yeah. And going to the track and having someone like Tracy or Yoss, or the clubs have got lots of very, very intelligent and helpful and caring and sharing people. Yeah. So just do it. Get onto a track, find a club, do some track days. And
you don't even need to find a club. There's lots of different other clubs that do run track days as well. And just as long as you've got all the correct safety gear and your bike's in good mechanically order, good brakes, that kind of stuff, you can go have a ride at Broadford, track days at Phillip Island, Mac Park, even Winton.
We're very fortunate here in Melbourne, in Victoria, that we've got so many wonderful tracks with such easy access to the CBD.
Yeah, we're very, very lucky there, so which is good. And, we, in COVID, obviously we weren't allowed to, and then the tracks open to regional, and we were like, because I'm regional, so I felt sorry for all the city folk. We were like, let's go, So
you've had a few rides through 2020.
Yeah, so in October, the Broadford opened up for the regional, so that was really good. So went and had a bit of a ride just to get the feeling, beautiful day. And then we went to Winton. That was really nice. Just a beautiful weather.
Lovely track out there.
Yeah, it was just nice to have a ride somewhere different. Went back to Broadford. And then they had a bit of a little interclub in November. So I thought, why not? Give that a go. Got to get one race in for the year. Yeah, it took us all a bit to, it's a new surface at Broadford, so we've got to relearn the surface. So all my little markers that I had at Broadford, they're like, they're not there anymore. So, I have to find my way, and like everybody, same boat. Couple of new bumps here and there, but I think it'll be good when racing starts up this year. So it was good just iron out a few of the bugs to get ready for, because I hadn't raced at Broadford or been to Broadford since the November before, because they had the resurface and they had to redo it. And then as soon as they pretty much opened up, then COVID hit. So the track sat dormant for a long time.
And an opportunity to flex your new muscles.
Yeah, so, and in my little suit. So it's been pretty exciting. It just feels good to know that, all right, the bike, and just finding my way on the bike again, like where I need to sit, because I'm, now almost 20 kilos difference. And, it's good for your mental health. It's good. Just do it. Like, it's just, people go, I should start a diet, New Year. Do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. And it's easy. And you don't have to overthink it, People go, gym. No, you can do it all at home.
Eat sensibly, little bit of exercise every day. Yeah. And so how long did it take you to make a big difference? At
World Superbike Weekend, that was like the last weekend everyone got to go to the track for racing. That was kind of, because I raced it, that was kind of like the start. I started the protein shakes that weekend and all that stuff, because I was never into any of that stuff. I kind of thought it was all a bit whatever. And it's like, no, actually, they actually work, and they actually do a job, for a reason. But yeah, because I raced at Tailem Bend in Feb, stinking hot, tropical weather, pouring with rain. And I was coming in after sessions, and I just didn't like the way I felt. Mentally, physically, and I just didn't like. Yeah, it's just not
time for a change
as well. Yeah, so I was like, no, that's it. So from March, pretty much till now, So it took probably 9 months, but we were 6 months in lockdown, pretty much. So every time Dan Andrews was like, another 4 weeks, I was like, yeah, thanks, Dan. Another 4 weeks, just keep on track with my diet. Well, everyone else is protesting. I'm like, nah, another 4 weeks.
Well, they're protesting your proteining.
Yes.
And pumping the iron.
Yes. Yeah. So, and just going by the rules. Wearing the mask, washing the hands, keeping a distance.
And we're still doing a bit of that today
Yes.
too. So,
Yeah.
So who knows what 2021 is going to bring?
Yeah, it'll be interesting, but fingers crossed, everyone does the right thing. People talk about their human rights, but at the end of the day, it's like your responsibility as a human. You got
There's
take
all of that.
yeah,
That's
take
right.
human responsibility. So then we can go play on the racetrack. So behave
right.
yourselves.
It's a bit like riding a motorcycle, really. You've got rights, but you've got a responsibility to keep yourself alive.
Exactly.
So you've got to dodge every other mobile chicane on the road. So life's a little bit like riding a motorbike.
Yeah. And if you feel depressed, you need to buy a bike. Yeah.
That too. Join a club.
Join the club.
Get on the track.
Get on the track and let the magic happen. And then you'll truly find out how good you really are as a rider. You'll push the limits of your bike, push the limits of yourself as a rider, and then you'll go, you can find...
And usually you find the limits of yourself long before you find the limits of the bike. Usually it's the rider that's the problem, not the bike.
That's it. Yes. That's it, yeah. So, and it's better at the track, medical's already there, everything, you're not using up the resources out on the road, because you've treat the road like a racetrack and you've come off, that's the racetrack's there for a reason. So get on it.
To enjoy it.
To enjoy it.
That's right. So, well, Tracy, it's great to see you track ready for 2021. It's great to see the Panigale, which is going to be breathing hellfire and brimstone. It's going to
be good when
shortly,
it's all done.
And have you pointing that in towards the checkered flag. That'll be great to see, everyone cheering you on. Thank you very much for inspiring us all.
Oh, thank you.
To get out there and
a lot of
just
people who have helped, yeah. So other people who race as well. Jason Porter's got the Panigale as well, and he's always pushing me to go better and go faster. And like, even if I've had off days, he's like, "What's wrong?" He's come and had his ass. He's come down from where he's pitted, and he's like, "I've noticed this," and it's just so good. Because sometimes when you get a little bit flustered in your own head, you can't pick up on your errors.
Jason's got a big heart. He's got a good teaching heart, hasn't he?
Yeah. So I've got a lot of time for Jason and what he's done. Anything, we take that to him, and he's like, "Yep, gets there, checks it." It's just the passion that he has as well, which shares with everybody else. And then,
we love the Jasons of the world, and that's really encouraging. It's a great support network in all of that.
Yeah, and it's good to have that network, and we welcome anyone into the pits. We've always got cold water in the fridge, and and
a kind word,
and just happy, and just that positive vibes. Like when people come around us, we want that positive to leave with them. And so I can do it too. That's for advice for anyone that wants to come race, especially with women, like the sounds, the excitement, the adrenaline rush. Yeah, you'll have some, up and down days. You'll fall, but you'll get back up, and it's all about surprising yourself out on track. I never dreamt in a million years I'd be able to do what I do on a Ducati,
pretty amazing.
And even, just on a superbike, I didn't have a lot of that confidence as a kid and growing up, dyslexic, struggled through school, but everyone has their niche. And this is why I hold the bike so dear to me, because it's like, they're like, "Can you work this way?" I'm like, "No, I'm going racing." So it's a big part of who I am. And it's taken me a long time, between when I started as a kid, just in the speedway cars, to volunteer flagging. I loved it. I would count down, going flagging, and then to being on track, to recovering from injury, which can take a long time, and you've got to allow yourself to recover.
It's a disappointingly slow process, and I can tell you, when you get older, it takes even longer. Yes. You don't bounce when you get to my age, but you bounce really nicely.
No, not so much as I did, but I try not to fall off.
That's
and then anytime I've fallen off that, I'm like, got to protect the bike, and then I have to, and then I end up hurting myself.
Medicare will fix you, but it won't fix the bike.
That's it, yeah. So, but anything, you just find ways around it, and we've all had broken bones and bad concussions, but you just get fixed and get back on.
Roll with the punches.
Yep.
And the women's riding fraternity, that's a pretty big big class, isn't it?
Yeah, it's there's quite a few in the like 300 class, all that stuff. With the girls' days, fingers crossed they go ahead. They've been a goer since pretty much 2011, and yeah, so we see a lot of girls come in and they'll like try racing for a season. Might not be for them, they move on, but you know the door's there for them to have a go. You know, they can just whatever. So some of them just like doing track days. Yep, and others, yep, full blown ASBK race. So it just depends on your budget, how you spend, and what motivates you as a rider and a person.
It can be as expensive a hobby
as you want it to
be. There's plenty of toys that you can buy to put on the racetrack, that's for sure.
But yeah, so it's either, and that's how I used to think too. You know, it's like I'd rather pay entry fees and speeding fines, and I'd rather get a lap record than a criminal record for hooning on the road.
Well, there's a bit of philosophy there.
So that's how I would always think to myself, you know, and I am the slowest of slow on the road. I like keeping my points. I like never having a speeding fine. And I say, how's that possible? Because I'm slow and I go by the speed limit. Because
it's a lot nicer to drive your motorbike to the racetrack than have to push it all the way because you don't have a license.
Exactly, yeah. Yes. So, but that's how I kind of think, and you know, knowing that if something happens, the medical's right there. My sister was part of the medical crew before she moved over to the UK. So it was always good having her there at the track, and you know, other friends through the medical scene as well. It's knowing that you're in good care, and yeah, she would do the medical stuff in the UK as well, but COVID's put a stop to all that over there.
They're doing it tough.
They're doing it very tough.
Doing it very tough.
Be glad when she gets home, but yeah, racing is kind of all
on a knife edge at the moment. So we hope it's a great season. So once again, Tracy, an awesome rider, mixing it with Australia's very, very best. You want to see, you're on Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram.
A lot of stuff on Instagram showing her at her very, very best. A couple of shots with sitting on the track rather than riding a bike on the track.
Sure.
That's all part of the story as well.
And that's it, making your story.
So check Tracy out on Instagram and find her there. If you want to support this young lady in her endeavours on the track, and everyone should be, if you want to support her and sponsor her, just contact her. You'll find her on Instagram, Tracy Track Davies. You can't miss it.
Yep.
And once again, the sponsors that you've got already.
Yep. So our good friend Eric, all the way from Canada land with the Maple Leaf.
Maple Leaf.
Yep. Thank you very much. Mark Lamont from Bike Tyre Supplies. We've got the Grinning Dingo. I'll grab my helmet. Mr. Holt, thank you always. The girls from Hightail, keeping my ponytail in while we go racing. And Girl Rider, my good friend Emma, my partner Yoss. Flying Solos for keeping my knees safe with the awesome knee sliders. I don't use them much. I went from Dragon to Harley Touch now. I just done. Yeah, lots of thanks to everyone.
And the Eggman.
And the Eggman. Vertivilla.
Vertivilla,
yeah. Yeah, Vertivilla.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And on my old set it had, they spelt, so Vertiville, yeah.
So Vertivilla. Eggs.
Free range eggs.
That's it. So ask for them by name and know that you're supporting Tracy here in her endeavours on the track. It's great. Yes, not just any rider, but a championship winner. ThunderBikes are us in, 2018, and Victorian Superbike champion.
C-grade, in 2015, I think that was,
So thank you very much for talking about your time on the track, Tracy, on Twist Grip Tales today. And we wish you all the best for 2021, and we'll catch up maybe at the end of this season and see what year it was.
Yeah, definitely. So fingers crossed. It'll be good.
Tracy,
thank you.
Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and find Tracy on Instagram and follow her endeavours on track and some of the off-track experiences that she has through this year, 2021. See you next time.